and today we're going to be making a lemon meringue pie with Casey and
Papa D.
So today's ingredients, we're going to have salt, water, eggs, lemons, sugar, and butter.
A little bit of cornstarch to thicken.
Now we're going to be doing me separating the eggs.
And I'll be rolling the pie dough.
Okay, so right now we're going to be separating the egg whites and the egg yolks. And we have 10 of them. So right now I'm separating the eggs. And one thing is why you have to separate the egg whites away from the egg yolks is because the egg yolk has fat in it. And when the fat, when you're trying to whip up the egg whites for the meringue, it doesn't make it fluff up.
And
stuff that have fat in it, kind of like butter and stuff that's on your hands, when you're separating it, you don't want to have that type of fat in it, like on your hand. Like if you have butter on it, even on your hand, not even if you put it in, it doesn't really fluff up for the meringue. Because you want your meringue to be fluffed up. Okay. Alright, so right now we're going to be zesting lemons.
And with lemons, primarily the lemons that we get in the United States are a Meyer lemon. There are several different varieties on the market, but these are a typical Meyer lemon. As he's zesting, when you zest, it's important that you get just the yellow rind and not the white pith. Okay? And very good. And this will actually enhance the flavor of the lemon meringue pie.
Okay, so right now we are going to be making the sugar for the meringue topping. And you need about 10 ounces. You need to have 10 ounces of sugar. So right now we have to have 2 teaspoons of vanilla for the. Isn't this for the same for the topping?
Yeah, this is for your meringue topping.
So this is for the meringue topping. Okay. We got the vanilla. Anything else?
And now we want 3/4 of a cup of water.
2.5 tablespoons of cornstarch.
Okay, so the basic of the pie obviously is the pie crust. What we have here is a basic. This is a very rich dough. I prefer mine to be very flaky. Secret to the pie crust and the flakiness of your pie dough is that you don't overmix it. Here is flour, salt, butter, and a lot of cooks prefer lard, but I find especially in sweet pastries and pies, the lard has kind of an aftertaste. So what I chose to do here was use butter and vegetable shortening instead of the lard. But if I was doing a meat pie or something, I would use all lard because it lends itself that nice flavor, that savory flavor. So what we're going to do here is basically roll it out between 2 pieces of parchment. The pie dough has been resting for about 3 hours. I made it earlier today. And it's very rich. You'll notice this dough is, we will put the recipe on for you all to see. What will take place though is if you want a stiffer dough, not as rich, obviously you can cut back the fat. And remember, this is fun with food, and fat is good. All right, we are going to do a couple different methods on crimping the pie crust. As I mentioned, we're going to blind bake these, but first we're going to crimp the crust. There's many different ways to crimp the crust on a pie. We're going to do two different stations here. Casey, I'm going to have you do the basic, and that's basically 2 fingers, pinch, 2 fingers, pinch, 2 fingers, pinch.
Okay.
Okay? Basic pie crust.
So I have
Pinch.
2.
So your finger, right, your thumb goes up to the next the other one, and then your finger goes. Okay, that's you. And then the other style is you can use a pen or if you have a wooden dowel rounded, to use a different method to get a design. It's called the roll method. And this method here actually gives it like a rope look.
I've seen people do that kind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nicely done, nicely done. The next step is we're just gonna, before we blind bake, we wanna dock the dough, poking holes in the bottom. This will, as it bakes and it shrinks, air bubbles will be trapped and will cause it to separate from the pan, which we do not want. So this will help release the little bit of air that comes up on all of them. And you can cut that. Then we'll go into using just simple beans for a pie weight. It's a great idea to always have a weight in. I know they sell these different little beads and things like that you can put in them. Pinto beans work just fine. Rice, green split peas. Just something that puts a little weight in there to keep it from bubbling up on the side.
Okay, so right now I'm going to be making the filling for the pie.
The lemon filling for
And
that.
right now you have the cornstarch, and sugar, and whatever else.
And your salt.
And your salt mixture into a pot.
Yeah. Or dump it all in there. There you go. Now whisk that together. Great. It's thoroughly combined. Does it look pretty good?
Yeah.
All right. Now you want to add your water, Case.
All of it.
Yep. Okay. Now let's turn some heat on. Okay. And just kind of want to keep giving it a stir. Move it around.
So right now we're going to be adding butter a little bit at a time after it has a boil.
The important part about adding the butter at this stage is to be sure that the butter is all melted and smooth into the sauce. Get it going. Dump it in there a little faster. So this is tempering the egg yolk. Go ahead and get another ladle for me. So that, and go ahead and get that in there. Good job, good job. Keep pouring, 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 pouring. Okay. Okay, nope. Move that ladle. Dump it out. Okay. And now we're going to whisk our yolk mixture into our sugar, cornstarch mixture, and water. Ah, voila. Look at that. Now it's starting to look like lemon meringue, huh?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Or should I put
I'll take
it on
that. You stir, And while you're stirring, I want you to add the lemon juice.
A little bit at a time.
Yeah. You pour it in a steady stream.
This is where the fun begins.
Mm-hmm. Steady stream. Okay, now at this point, we have blind baked our pie shells out of the oven. Probably still a little too warm, but we're going to go ahead and add our lemon filling to our pie shells because it'll need to sit and temper somewhat before we add or top it with our meringue. You still want your, now there's a couple schools of thought. I found that if the lemon filling is still somewhat warm, the meringue has a tendency to adhere to it better. Now, we'll get into meringue as we whip the meringues, some of the different downsides of doing a fresh lemon meringue pie, such as it doesn't last much longer than 24 hours before it starts pulling the moisture from the air and causing the meringue to weep. Hot pie filling. And next. Why not? What did I tell you about leftovers? Huh? Huh?
Huh?
This is just to keep the film from forming on top of your lemon before you meringue it, and while it's tempering a little bit. It's funny, right? As we don't want it to form a film, but we filmed it. Egg whites in the mixer. So we're going to raise the handle. Okay, it's locked. Whip it. Yep, bring it all the way up. It's undelayed. It's delayed. So we've got a few drops of lemon juice. A lot of people will use tartaric acid or cream of tartar to whip their egg whites. I choose to use lemon for lemon meringue pie. But the egg white needs an acid to stabilize it, part of it. So what's going to happen now is we're going to whip these until they triple in volume. Then we're going to incorporate the sugar slowly, the lemon juice, and a little bit of the cornstarch water mixture that we have, which will help bind it to the pie.
That's about simple.
So you had a little bit down there, right? All right, so we tripped the volume. Let us turn it down. We want to definitely clean the sides. Okay. Lock the handle back up. Let's turn it on. Let's add our
Sugar?
Yep, you want to add that sugar slowly. Okay. You still want to get it in there. Whoop. Not too much. Keep going. This is the cornstarch water mixture that we're adding. It's cooked down for about 1 minute.
That looks good. Well, who cares? That looks nice.
Soft peaks. So, can you tell me a difference between a soft peak and a firm peak?
Yeah.
Tell me.
So the soft peak is more like fluffy and it like fluffs up.
Well, no, here's where you'll see it. Soft peak.
It can
See how it's fallen over?
Yeah.
That's a soft peak.
A
stiff peak
A stiff peak
will stand, it wouldn't
up
fall over.
straight.
Okay? Very good. we have achieved our meringue mixture.
Yep.
So now we are going to apply the meringue, or shall we say, let's do the meringue, on top of our pies. A little scoop, gently, gently. Gently. It's important that we seal our meringue to the edge of the pie. And remember, we are having fun with food, so there is so much fun to be had with the meringue.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Anyway, be sure you get it. Don't spread it hard. Yeah. Pull it to the edge. You don't want to pull the filling up. And then around the edges, again, so the meringue should actually adhere to the crust, trying to keep it inside the crust, not on the outside of the crust. Okay, so, and how you do the peaks, pretty simple. It's just like this. Take your spatch, okay? Woo! Fun with food. Peaks, peaks. Splat in the meringue. Voila! You're peeking yours, buddy.
Casey, get ready to peek.
Not too hard, just enough. There you go. Yep, yep. Span it. Go ahead and spank it a little bit more. Do it. And you can do it with the end. Tip your end is like.
Flatten the meringue.
There you go. There you go. Getting a peek. Getting a peek.
That's fun. Fun with food.
Fun with food.
Done? Peeked? Good.
Yep.
All right. And now we're going to bake.
Yep.
Now we're going to bake.
Put in the oven for how long and how many degrees?
This 375. And we're going to do it for about 12 minutes. Oven temperatures, what did I do?
You went to 15.
Oven temperatures vary. Calibration, I just had it calibrated, so it's pretty close. But I want to spin it, so I'm actually going to do it for less time so that it cooks evenly. Again, we want to thank you all for watching Fun with Food, and to know that you know, we're all blessed to be able to do things, and we just want everybody to have fun and know that no matter, today was a different event where we had the family judging. You all have fun with it too, and peace be with you all.
All right then. Thank you guys.
See ya.